The 28th of December 1996, and for Kevin Keegan and Newcastle United, it was crunch time. 7 games without a win, they were hoping to break the bad run against visitors Tottenham Hotspur. Sitting in 6th position, all was not lost for the Magpies, with half the season still to play. Match winners David Ginola and Faustino Asprilla were still out injured, and Pavel Srnicek paid the price for some inconsistent performances and was replaced by Shaka Hislop. 4 games without defeat had lifted Spurs up to 9th, and they were unchanged from the Boxing Day win against Southampton. New signing from Norway, Stefan Iversen, had scored twice in that game. Chris Armstrong and Darren Anderton were long-term injury casualties. Your match commentator is John Champion.
Hope springs eternal at St James's Park, but Newcastle need a result. 7 games without a win. Their last victory was against Middlesbrough 8 weeks ago. And Tottenham in town, or should that be in Toon, 4 games without defeat. Across comes Sol Campbell. Tottenham in their change kit today. Gerald Ashby from Worcester is the match referee. Here's Ferdinand. Lee. It's difficult, really, to try and explain what's gone wrong for Newcastle. Consistency of selection has been a problem for them. If you look back at their standout result of the season, that 5-0 thumping of Manchester United here back in October, and they've not been able to field the same team again since, because of the usual occupational hazards of suspension and injury. But today's lineup has a strong look to it. And Newcastle looking to bounce back from their Boxing Day defeat at Blackburn Rovers. John Beresford restored at left back. Lost the blonde hair of recent times. Shearer. Ferdinand. Now Beardsley. Gillespie will attack Clive Wilson and will win a corner. And Beardsley has dashed across to spot the ball up, wearing the captain's armband. Header out was by Iversen, lofted back in by Batty. Free kick is Tottenham's. Keith Gillespie, this will-o'-the-wisp winger, began with Manchester United. Arrived here as part of the Andy Cole deal. It have been hard times for Newcastle fans of late. They won 8 of their first 10 games in the Premier League this season, and all seemed set fair. It's not proved to be the case. Here's Sheringham. He was leaning back, and even a player of his technical excellence couldn't keep the shot down. Jerry Francis and Roger Cross, the front row there, the Tottenham management team. Beardsley. Here's Peacock. Easy enough for Ian Walker. Darren Peacock, who is alongside Philippe Albert at the heart of Newcastle's defence this afternoon. Ferdinand. Batty. Gillespie. Watson will take the throw. And that's put behind for a corner by Andy Sinton. And Gillespie has been ordered to leave it by the skipper, Beardsley. Albert at the near post. Peacock is up as well. Watson. Ferdinand down. Batty. Beardsley. Peter Beardsley is just 3 weeks short of his 36th birthday. Newcastle do look a better side when he's playing. Everson for the aerial route, and Shaka Hislop, who's pleased to get his chance today, able to save comfortably. Expecting big things, Tottenham, of the new arrival from Russenburg, Stefan Everson. Here's a chance. Blasted wide and high by Shearer, who says it got a touch, it should be a corner. Explosive attempt. Beresford with the cover. Alan Nielsen. Rule Fox. Here's Sinton. It was an awkward ball to try and hit. Chances are coming Tottenham's way. Albeit difficult ones. Campbell penalised. And David Batty is going to take this square for John Beresford. Comes out to Nielsen. This game yet to really settle. Everson. There's David Howells. Tottenham, the archetypal cup side. They've won 13 cups in their history, with just 2 league titles. 1951 and 1961. Here's Shearer. He's all the way through. That's a super goal by Alan Shearer. The deadlock broken spectacularly by Shearer's 12th Premier League goal of the season. The archetypal English centre-forward, barnstorming right through the heart of the Tottenham defence. None of them could stop him, and he had the control to direct the volley into the corner. It is centre-forward play of the highest order from Alan Shearer. Free kick to Tottenham. Even by Shearer's standards. Pretty special goal. Everson lurking and forcing a corner. And his father was a Norwegian international striker, so it clearly runs in the family. Fox. Howells! Stroke of luck there. Good chance for Howells. Met it firmly, headed it down. And was Sheringham trying to help it on its way. Ferdinand. Shearer. That's nice. Here's Ferdinand. It's Gillespie. It's Ferdinand. It's Beardsley. And now it's Ferdinand. And now it's 2-0. Newcastle finding their touch again after 7 games without the taste of victory. Beardsley's shot may well have been goal-bound, but the diversion from Ferdinand was decisive, took it away from Walker. Kevin Keegan, Terry McDermott, and on the right there, Chris McMenemy. Beardsley through the middle, it's Les Ferdinand, and it's a good smothering block by Ian Walker, who was left pretty exposed. Shearer. Ferdinand! Oh, you would have put your mortgage on him from there. And had you done so, you would now be homeless. Arch those neck muscles, and we just waited for the net to bulge. There's probably no centre forward with a better spring in the English game right now. Fox. On by Batty. Here's Beardsley. Comfortably within reach for Ian Walker from Peter Beardsley. It's Batty that created the chance. Beardsley a little unlucky not to be on the score sheet. Played a big part in Ferdinand's goal. Fox. Sheringham. Nielsen's header down. There's Everson. Rare save for Shaka Hislop to have to make. And it comes right on the stroke of half-time. Newcastle go in 2 goals up, which makes a change after their recent setbacks. Shearer got the first, Les Ferdinand added the second. Newcastle 2, Spurs 0. Jerry Francis has made a change. Jason Dozell replaces Andy Sinton at the outset of this second half. Sinton, who struggled to make an impact down the left flank. Campbell. It's a game that's not yet beyond Tottenham. Which is not to say that Newcastle don't deserve their 2-0 lead. Earnest faces on the Newcastle bench. Albert. He'll love it here when he comes forward. Shearer! Well, it's the sort of chance on which he normally thrives. And had Ferdinand converted his sitter at the end of the first half and Shearer now at the beginning of the second, Newcastle would have led 4-0. Shearer. Batty. Ferdinand. Watson. Newcastle very comfortable in possession. Beardsley. Earned himself a yard or two. Here's Beresford. There's Ferdinand! And this time, he does convert. He has 2, Newcastle have 3. Les Ferdinand scores against Tottenham, the side he supported as a boy. And that feel-good factor is returning to St James's Park. Lovely ball in from Beresford. They've missed him when he's been out injured. Albert. Hard to plot a track back into the game for Spurs from here. Howells. But they have to believe there is a way back. And Newcastle's task is to finally extinguish that hope. Rob Lee. Oh, they're standing off him, and he's still going, Rob Lee! And that's an outstanding individual goal by Robert Lee. Fueling the festive feeling right around St James's Park. Tottenham can be blamed for failing to make a meaningful challenge. But when ushered forward, Rob Lee wasn't going to say no. And he had an awful lot still to do, rounding Steve Carr inside Colin Calderwood, past the dive of Walker. Only his second goal of the season. And safe to say, the better of the two. Still no smile from Kevin Keegan. Ferdinand. Clark. This is Lee. Beresford. And the shot turned aside brilliantly by Walker. Lee charging forward. He's at his best when he links like that. Turning into a long afternoon for Jerry Francis. Rule Fox. Good chance, Ronnie Rosenthal. That's the thing with Newcastle, despite the efforts of their defensive coach, Mark Lawrenson, they will always allow the opposition to have chances. Just the way they play. Watson. Here's Batty. Good by Clark. Rosenthal's defensive header. Sheringham. Newcastle have created their own platform. Clark. Batty. Beardsley. Lee. Space, time, Albert. 5! He scored with that excellent chip against Manchester United earlier in the season in a 5-0 win. And now he's scored again. And it's the same score line. Hugely popular here. Shearer. Surprise is that Newcastle have got 5 and he's only got 1 of them. Watson kept it alive. Clive Wilson. Sheringham. Tottenham never seem to have it for long. Beardsley. Runners left and right. Here's Shearer. He's been forced wide. It's Batty. And this time it's in. And Shearer's got his second. And Newcastle have delivered 6 of the best. Swivelling. What, 8 yards out? Maybe 9.
And goal number 6 for Newcastle, but it's number 2 today for Alan Shearer.
Rosenthal. Lee Clark. Still the crowd urging Newcastle forward. Ferdinand. Beardsley. Shearer! How did Walker keep that out? Ian Walker's desperate not to concede a 7th. And he's denied Shearer a hat-trick. Batty. Beresford. Batty. There's Lee! 7-0 to Newcastle. And they've ended this long run without a win in a resounding fashion. Laid into the path of the midfield man to strike. Low and erringly into the bottom corner. Tottenham have been blitzed, especially in this second half. 5 of the 7 goals since half-time. There's Everson for Spurs. Sheringham. Rosenthal. Sheringham. Beresford dallied on it, and Alan Nielsen has pulled one back in the final minute, and that's probably spoilt Shaka Hislop's day. It's a nice touch from Nielsen. Come on, we've still got time. Not unless they can score 6 in a minute, they haven't. Beresford slow to clear, and Alan Nielsen at least registers for Tottenham. Newcastle will be looking at the teams above them and thinking, if we can reproduce this type of performance, this manner of display, we've got a chance of taking some of them back. Here's Beardsley. Fox. Everson. That wasn't the worst effort in the world. Got a couple against Southampton in the Boxing Day win. What a contrast this Christmas for Tottenham. Comfortable victors over Southampton. Absolutely thumped here. Strange there isn't more animation on the Newcastle bench. Wilson. Shearer. Beardsley. Shearer, again denied by Walker. There will be no hat-trick for Alan Shearer, but there will be a very handsome win for Newcastle. The embrace of the former England colleagues, Kevin Keegan and Jerry Francis. After 7 games without a win, a 7-goal win for Newcastle United, who began slowly but by the end were carrying all before them. Couple for Les Ferdinand against the team he used to support. Couple for Rob Lee, 2 for Shearer, 1 for Philippe Albert. Newcastle 7, Tottenham 1. It's a resounding win.
Sensationally, Kevin Keegan resigned before the Magpies' next fixture in January, despite his team scoring 10 goals in 2 games. He was replaced by another Liverpool legend, Kenny Dalglish. But once again, Newcastle missed out on top spot and were runners-up to Manchester United. Another case of oh so nearly for the Toon Army. Jerry Francis and Spurs ended their season of mediocrity in 10th position.